Baby, oh mama, then I look at you. Luca. Now we're back today with what's happening in your neck of the woods. I am your talk show host, Dr. Elenora Woods. It is always an awesome, awesome time with you on the weekend as we talk about things in our hood, in our neighborhood, whatever you call your place where you live. It's always an amazing time to talk. So let's talk about something that we all should be thinking about. If you like nature, if you like outside, if you like growing your own vegetables and even maybe flowers. I don't know. I said I won't plant stuff I can't eat because it takes too much time to plant and cultivate the land. And when I get through doing all that hard work, I want to eat something, right? So we're going to talk about how do you get your raised beds, or in some people case, they just got a garden outside. How do you get your soil and everything ready to plant and to yield crops? So one of the first things that we need to do is start pruning. This is the time when you start pruning things. I looked at my some of my plants and flowers outside of my house, and some of the stuff looked pretty dead. And I was saying, "Oh my gosh, this is not the way it looked in the spring last year, or even in the fall." So things are beginning to die because, as you know, there's a time to live and a time to die. So things live a season and then they die, and then they come back. So what do you do with all of these plants that are dying? Is looking unsightly, and it's time now to, as spring approaches, to get ready for spring and start a new harvest. So one of the things you need to do is to prune things. You've got to prune. So what does the word prune mean? It means to cut, shear away, to get rid of things that are old or dead, exfoliate things, and get them prepared for the newness that's left in the plant. So that's what you want to do. And so you do that usually before the cold snap. That's when you want to start doing that, pruning everything, the shrubs, things like shrubs, roses. You want to use some sharp, sterilized shears or some loppers to cut away the dead and damaged growth and removing cross branches that you may have in your garden and shape the plant. So it's not just about cutting away all the dead old stuff. You want to shape it too so that things begin to regrow or regenerate and have something that's very attractive when it comes back. So that's the first thing was let's go out in our garden now in our backyard, or let's just start pruning these trees. You'll know when they need to be pruned because things start to die. They look dead or they don't look like they used to look, as they would say. So start pruning. And then you need to start checking your tools. I mean, we've got a lot of garden tools that we use throughout spring and summer, and sometimes we don't put them away, to get them ready for the next season. So we need to go out and check all of the garden, tools such as our rake, and wash them with mild soap and warm water. Anything that's broken, go ahead and replace those things. Anything that can't be repaired, go ahead and get those things repaired because one thing I noticed when I was out looking for tools a couple of weeks ago is the price of things have just gotten really, really, just out of control. Things that was used to be $10 are now 30 and $40. So if you got tools that can still be used, you want to use them, just clean them up. Some of the wooden handles on our rakes, they get kind of dry. You can take some mineral oil and re-oil those things down to keep them kind of, I guess you could say, renewed. And so do those things with your tools. Treat your wooden handles, like I said, with mineral oil and replace things that need to be replaced. Then it's time to look at our inventory. A lot of us have inventory from last year's things that we didn't get in the ground. We still have seed packets or packages. Look at those things and get things organized. If you wanted to plant some things last year and you didn't get a chance to plant them, or maybe you ran out of room, you didn't have enough room, for whatever reason, these things need to be planted. You need to go ahead and catalog what you already have. So as you go out and start shopping again for the things you want to do, you'll know what you got already. And something interesting I ran across is that gardeners a lot of times have gardening friends, and it's a real good opportunity for you to start swapping out things, things that you know you're probably not going to use even this year. You could go ahead and swap it out with another gardener, and maybe they have some things they're not going to use, and they can give you some of the things they have. So it's a real good thing to do to have gardening friends. There's all type of organizations of gardeners. So that's the time that you can start sharing what you have and swapping out things. So as you get your inventory together, and you begin to look through the dates. Hopefully, you dated the seed packages when you purchased them. Anything that's 2 years old or older, you need to go ahead and discard those things. So, once again, if it's 2 years old or older, you can go ahead and discard those things. They're not recommending that you use seeds older than 2 years old. And then just sit down and start planning. Okay, what am I gonna plant? How am I gonna plant? Okay, these things grow tall, these things grow short. I wanna make sure that my tall plants are facing north of our shorter plants so it doesn't block the sun. So that is one of the things as you begin to plant things, be strategic in where you're gonna plant your plants so that, the other ones, the other plants that you may have planted also in the garden don't suffer because of the plants that are planted near them. Um, the other thing is, how do you order your seeds? There are different ways you can order your seeds and your plants. First of all, you can go online and order things. That's real convenient. You can just get in your computer and start ordering things. You can also visit your local garden store. Usually in your area, they have plants that are probably unique to your region, and, so people always ask, "What do I plant this is spring? What do I plant this is summer? What do I plant this is fall?" Your best resource is to, go to your local garden center and ask them what's the best time to plant things and what things grow hardy in certain seasons, what things don't grow hardy in certain seasons, so that you can have a very good, uh, return on your investment of time and a good return on the investment of your money that you spend in your plants and in your seeds. So that was another way. And then one other thing to do is consider going to some farmers. Farmers are um, very good resources. They sell plants, they sell, all kinds of things, and they also give away certain things. I know here, we were talking earlier about the Crabtree Farm. If you get on their list, they have giveaways, that, a lot of people would not have to spend the money to go and buy these things if they would just get on that list, and then when it's time for them to give things away, you can go and pick them up. They will send you an email stating that we have XYZ, you can pick them up, on these dates at these times. So if you can get on a list with a farmer or an organization that gives away plants throughout the year, that would be a great thing to do as well. Um, so then you wanna start talking about preparing, the soil or your garden. So how do you, Dr. Woods, prepare your soil? Well, there's many ways to do it, but the first thing you need to do is clean out the old. As they say, you've got dead weeds and you've got old vegetation that's died. You've got weeds and tree leaves and all kinds of things that get over in your garden, throughout the time that you're not planting. So clean out all the old, get all that old stuff out, break the dirt up, as they say, till it. And some people say, well, if you got a small garden, a little garden bed, you may not need to till it. You might can use some compost and put the compost down, and then on top of that, put some good new planting soil on top of that and mix it, and then that does just as good as tilling. But whatever your preference is, you've gotta clean out the garden bed, get rid of all the dead things, all the weeds, and get it ready, get the nutrients ready, to receive or the bed ready to receive the seeds or the plant that you're gonna put in it so it can grow healthy and hardy. Um, and then you wanna prepare a few weeks before, you start planting things. A lot of people put mulch and all these things down in their garden when they're done, in the winter, to get ready. So those are the things you need to remove as well, is the mulch and those kinds of things. So, and then you wanna start, sowing your seeds. Now some people say that it's best to sow your seeds on the indoors, to let the seeds germinate first before you take it out because it requires certain temperature, to start growing, and sometimes the temperature can be unpredictable outside. As you know, today is 60 something degrees, tomorrow it may be 32 degrees, and when you're trying to start your growth of your, vegetables or whatever you may have in your garden, it may be herbs, spices, that kind of thing, you wanna give it the best chance to grow in that first few weeks. So some people will begin to grow um, their seeds inside of their house, or they may have another area where they grow to let the seeds germinate before they take it outside. So those are the things that you need to do to get ready to have a great and I would call a successful garden. It is first of all preparing your garden, planning what you're going to plant in your garden, and strategically planting things that are, I would say, things that are compatible are not non-compatible, compatible with each other so that one doesn't outgrow the other one and cause the other plants to not grow. So things such as tall plants, short plants, things that take up a lot of nutrients, you might not wanna put that in the same bed with other vegetables that also require a lot of nutrients. That's very, very important that these seeds and these plants get the proper nutrients and also the proper watering. Some people plant things in the ground and just walk away and depend on the act of God or nature to water their garden, and it may be weeks that we not get any rain. So what do? You're gonna have to tend to them because they require tending to. Um, I remember the first time I did a garden, a project, that was one thing that I had to get in my head. Dr. Woods, you cannot be running around doing XYZ. Remember your plant is over there and it's dying because it's thirsty. So plants are like children. They require a lot of nurturing. They require being fed, and also they require being watered. So remember those things. Feed your garden, water your garden, pamper your garden, and make sure that your garden is planted in such a way that it gets the best chance to be healthy and the best chance to grow and give good fruit when it's time to give good fruit. Our lines are open, 423-713-7614. If you have any questions about your garden per se, then go ahead and call. If I don't have the answer, I will give you the answer at a later time if you would leave your number. But here again, we're talking about getting ready for the spring and the summer. And I was reading, you don't realize that most of the stuff require you to plant them in the ground in the fall and the winter and not now. A lot of people start planting now and it's past that time. So you also need to read and see when is the best time to plant. If you're planting flowers or if you're planting food, when is the best time to put them in the ground and make sure you're not out of season. That's another reason why a lot of things don't grow is because things are planted out of season. And I guess that's the reason why you have people, Karen, that have these outdoor, I would call them, they're like tents, um, where they grow things outside where the temperature is controlled. The greenhouse, yes, the greenhouse, thank you so much. The greenhouses, so they can control the humidity, they can control the temperature, they can control the amount of sunlight. All of these things are so critical when you're trying to grow plants. Doesn't matter what type of plant it is, whether it's plants that you're gonna eat or things that you're going to display like flowers or if you're growing trees, it doesn't matter. These things require attention, and I'm so excited about the fact that here at Alton Park, we have 4 raised, garden beds that we're really getting into or getting ready to get into. Um, and we want our community out here to join our garden club so that they can help us to nurture the raised bed gardens and they can help us um, tend to them by watering them, of course, putting the proper food, and also just cultivating it, getting it ready for things that we want to put in. We've grown turnip greens, we've grown lettuce, okra, tomatoes, all types of herbs. We have done onions, you name it. We've had it in our garden, and we're just so excited to be ready to start again to give this community food um, and to share with the community the things that we're growing right out here. So if you're interested in joining the garden club here at Autumn Park Development Corporation, which is at the historic Pineywood Elementary School site here at 701 Hooker Road, give us a call and let us put you on the list to call for our first garden meeting. So we're interested and get as many people as we can to volunteer to help us with our raised bed gardens. And the cost is free. There's no charge to be a part of the garden club. Um, anyone that is an expert has information on what's the best idea to grow gardens because you've done it for a while. We would love to have you be a part of our team so that we can do some of the things that this community deserves, and that is growing fruit, growing all types of beautiful things for the community, and so that they can have it to eat. They like to eat, right? Um, so we want to provide those things for our community, and we need you. So we're reaching out to you, and if you want to donate to the garden club, you can do so by going to our website if our engineer can pull that up, you can donate to our garden club, and, I'm sure that that money will be used, in such a way that it will make us have one of the best gardens in the community. And I have a report to do, now because it is, important that you all know what's going on out here. People wanna know what's going on. Earlier, Tony Boston talked about our, event that's happening next week. It's gonna be a networking event for entrepreneurs and business owners on the 11th, from 11:30 to 2:30. We want all of you, if you don't have a business, come out and see what we do have. We have people coming from all outside of Chattanooga to participate. I know that Wild Out Wednesday's comedian will be here from BET. We're excited about that. We're excited about all the things we have lined up. It's going to be a big event. You don't want to miss it. Again, that's March the 11th. That's next Saturday. That's right around the corner from 11:30 to 1:30. And so please come out. We've got a lot of stuff on the agenda. And we hope that everybody that's participating as vendors, that they'll get to expose their business in such a way that when they leave, they they've got some business from this event. And that's what we're hoping for. So if you'd like to be a vendor in the event, it's not too late. You can contact us here now. The radio station's 423-713-7614. And you can even call me after hours. My phone number is public, 423-331-8878. If you're interested in being a vendor for our event. We will have some food. I would like to say that Howard Huston Tigers band people will be here. They'll be selling fish because they're raising money to help them to buy new uniforms. I know Cheryl Bryant is one of the persons who's over band working with them on this event, and they'll be selling hot catfish and hot whitefish next Saturday outside. So if nothing else, you all come out and support the Howard Hustling Band by buying a fish plate or a fish sandwich. It's gonna be good for your tummy. So come out and support them, and definitely come out and see who's new in business and get some of their information. I know we've got some insurance folks coming. We just got a lot of folks coming that's participating in this event next week. Um, I am just so excited to be sitting right here at WPTP radio station because guess what? Guess what, y'all? We have some new LED lights in here. I wanna thank, River City Electric, for, being one of our, suppliers and one of our, vendors, that is, replacing all of the old, outdated, um, lights that we used to have from 1963, the fluorescent lights with these great, wonderful, bright, wonderful LED lights. And you know, when you put light in a room, it changes the color of the walls. I mean, these walls used to look gray with the other lights, but I knew it wasn't gray. I kept saying, why does that blue look so gray? But when they put the LED lights in here, now the walls are a beautiful blue. It is just amazing. It is so pretty in here. And, they're replacing, the lights throughout the building. So when you all come here, you'll have the luxury of being in the to see rather than be in the building to see the wonderful changes that is going on right now. We had an amazing audit review, 2 Fridays ago. Um, so after so much money is spent, the county, who is the recipient of the American Rescue Plan funds or money, they are required to do their due diligence to make sure that the subrecipient, which is Autumn Park Development Corporation, is making well of the funds that they have passed down to us. So we got a visit from our auditors 2 weeks ago. They walked through the building, and I'm happy to say that we passed with our audit, our first audit. They were very impressed with all the things that we've done, that we said we did with the money that they gave us checks to do. And so our next audit will be the same. We'll do very good. We got people in the building not only putting up lights and updating our electrical um, in this facility so that our building will as they say, you know, when things get old, things start to crack and crumble. We want to make sure that our building, even though it's old, that everything is updated and it's safe. So I want to thank River City Electric for doing that. We've got a lot of electrical things that are being updated by them. I want to thank our um, heating and air people that came out and put the new heating and air systems in our building. So it's cold when it's supposed to be cold in here, and it's warm when it's supposed to be warm in here. And so I want to thank them very much. Integrity Heating and Air. Also done roof roofing for putting our roof back together for us. You know, it used to leak. I want to thank him and his team of experts for coming in and stopping all the leaks. Our next crew that's coming in, which we just had bids to come in, is for the replacement of these tiles, in the facility and the painting on the interior of this historic building. So we're very excited about that, and, when you come in here, you can see where the money went. You know, I tell people all the time, when you're a poor girl, born poor and wasn't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you learn how to take $1 and make 5 meals. And so, um, we are very, fortunate in that we didn't get a lot, but what we got, was sufficient for us to stretch and make it count. And we've got a whole lot more that we need to do that we'll be, raising funds for and continuing to ask for partnership on so that we can completely restore this facility. But we're making the money go where it counts and where when you come in here, you can see the difference, you can feel the difference. And we definitely thank all of our contributors, those who are supporting our radio station, those that are reporting, that are supporting all of our programs in this facility. We thank each and every one of you. I'm proud to announce that our program that's been around now for 10 years, um, we are now in a position where we can open that back up. You know, we had COVID and all kinds of things to come up, and we had to shut a lot of stuff down. But our diversion program is back up and strong. Um, we are working with the court system, not just in Hamilton County, but anywhere that a person needs to do some civil or some civic duties in the community to avoid jail sentencing. Autumn Park Development Corporation is that nonprofit organization that you can do your time with. And what happens is we work with your attorney, we work with judges, and we give them an outline of the things that we will have you to do, and you report here until all of your work is done. And we report back once you are complete. And instead of going to Silverdale for months or even a year, you've done not only avoided going to prison, but you've also given back to your community. And you also got a sense of pride because when you're here, you're surrounded with love, mentorship, and hopefully we can help change the trajectory of your life and put you in a better position where you can work, where you can live and play with everybody else. And so please consider contacting us. Have your attorney or your judge to contact us here so that we can get you in our diversion program. We're going to be reaching out again. We've got a new district attorney. We have a new sheriff in town, and we do have some new judges in town as well. So we're going to be sending letters out to them to let them know, make them aware of the things that they can do to free up some of the sales that we have at Silverdale because you know it's limited. We need to keep some of those spaces open for people who have done serious crimes and people who are charged with misdemeanors. Give them an alternative to prison by having them to do civic duties with us out here in Alta Park. We've got 8 acres of land out there. We've got a lot of pruning you can do and tons of stuff on the inside that you can do from janitorial, flooring, to sweeping, to mopping, to cutting trees, to pruning, to cutting grass. Now that spring is upon us, the grass is growing. We've got lawnmowers, we've got riding lawnmowers, pushing lawnmowers. We've got the tools and equipment that you need to get you busy out here and to make a difference in the community. So please reach out to us, and we will definitely reach out to our new district attorney, our new sheriff, and the judges who are in criminal court to make them aware that we're back up and operating and that we want to be here for them to free up some of those sales for people who have misdemeanors or small infractions that need to do something in the community. Um, you can always reach out to me. My number, and I don't mind, 423-331-8878. Please call me with serious um, questions. Call and play. Um, and then WPTP Radio phone number is 423-713-7614. I want to take out this time and opportunity to thank some people because if it were not for them, um, it would be very hard to put on such an enormous task of running a huge organization as Autumn Park Development Corporation with so many arms and legs to it. I have to really thank, first of all, our radio station crew, Michael, for making sure that our content not only goes over locally, but statewide, nationally, and globally through our, I call it media broadcast. We've got Robin Rose, who's here, figuring out everything that needs to be figured out. If we can't figure it out, he can figure it out. You know, you gotta have some young people that are good at tinkering around and finding stuff out that is involving electronics and computers and technology. So I like to thank him as well. He's always on time, always prompt, and I like to thank him as well. And then, I got some personal friends that also are part of helping me too. They may not want me to call their name, but I'm gonna call their name. They can beat me up later. I'm used to getting beat up on. But I like to thank Karen Rose for stepping up to the plate. You all know my dental practice is in Dalton. I've got a small clinic here, but 9 out of 10, you can find me in Dalton. But she's here in Chattanooga, and I can always depend on her most of the time. I say 99% of the time, 'cause she's busy too, to fill in the gaps and be here to do various things that need to be done. Um, I'd like to thank the rest of our crew, our Vice President, Cassandra Weidman, who is an excellent partner with me that works with me diligently to make sure that things are done decent and in order. What would I do without my VP? And then also, I've got some other friends. Um, Renee Ford is an amazing person. I like to thank her for always being available for me, and because you need those available for people in your life, especially, when you're here and they're there, and you can't be there, but they're there, and they can make things happen for you. And there's so many I like to call some other folks' names out, but, Gil, thank you for showing up. Gil Wyman, when we need you to show up, you're here. I appreciate everything that you've done, everything that you're doing, for Autumn Park Development Corporation. And anybody else name I left out, charge it to my brain, not to my heart. But there's just so many people. Tony, you know, uh, you gotta like this crazy just like you like this sanity. Um, he's an amazing person, just doing all kinds of things to try to make our community better. I like to thank him for what he's doing, and he's got a unique way of doing things, but we love him nonetheless for what he does. We got a lot of stuff going on this month in March and coming up this year. Our letter writing campaign is already underway for our sponsors. We've got a lot of stuff to do, y'all. So if you are out there listening, or if this is a recording now because you're listening to the recording, please don't forget about Olive Park Development Corporation in your giving. You can go to our website, apdc98.org, and just drop a donation in because we can't do what we do unless we have you. So we thank you for every dollar, every penny, everything that you've done. Even if you can't give and you can volunteer, we thank you for that because time is money. So when people give their time, it's valuable to us. So we want to thank all of those that are volunteering. We have a young lady here that is working in our thrift store right now, sorting. Um, if you're in high school and you know that you've gotta get those community hours done. We are bona fide and certified with the State of Tennessee Department of Higher Education to provide, you with those volunteer hours that you need. Alder Park Development Corporation is on the website. Please reach out to us. We've got plenty of stuff for you to do. You can volunteer in our thrift store. We have a computer center. You can volunteer there. You can do tutoring. You can do all kinds of things to make those requirements or to get those requirements. So please reach out to us. And again, if there's anything that you're needing, and you feel that Auto Park Development Corporation can be there for you, reach out to us. You're gonna start seeing kids on the set. We've reached out to Howard, um, to get some, I call them broadcasters here on the radio to talk about teen stuff, things that's important to children. What's going on with our kids in high school and beyond? What is it that they need to talk about that grown people just don't know about, or we don't care about, or we haven't heard about, but it's important for them to talk about? So we're gonna have our young folks on here with their own radio show, and we're just excited about that. In the fall, we hope to be ready to kick off with Friday night sports, giving you play-by-play with sports with football, and so we're just excited about that. I want to say that the American Legion group, which is a group of our veterans, are part of our facility here. We wanna thank them for all that they're doing in the community, and we wish them the best in all of their endeavors, and we're just excited about the partnership. We're looking for more partnerships. We're working on some other partnerships right now, that I can't say right now, but we do have some things in the works, in terms of partnership with other organizations, because we wanna make this community great, not just here in Alton Park, but even outside of Alton Park. So you don't have to live in Alton Park to be a part of Alton Park Development Corporation, because we're citywide, countywide. So whatever we do here affects every one of you. So please become a part of our team by volunteering. I've got some awesome things that I'm gonna share with our board on March the 19th as we have our board meeting for this quarter, and I'm very excited to share it. But, I think we're about we're about at the end of our show today. I'm just gonna kinda recap what we talked about. We talked about gardening and how important it is to get ready, get ready, get ready right now because time is winding down for you to have those garden beds ready to plant those seeds and also to get things in the ground so that they'll spring up at the right time. We talked about our partnership. We talked about the facility. We've given thanks to all the folks who are part of making this facility what it is today. The restoration process is going wonderful. We're just so proud of the restoration process, especially when you're not given a whole lot, but God said, I'll give you a little bit, but I'll make you do a whole lot with a little bit. So it's like he fed the loaves of bread and the fish to the multitude of people. You don't always have to have thousands and thousands of millions and millions of dollars to get something done. So I want to thank the county again, those wonderful men and women of Hamilton County for entrusting us with $450,000 to restore this historic Honeywood Elementary School, which is a state-of-the-art building. It was built way before its time. This building is solid, cedar brick wall, brick outside. I mean, skylights in the building. Just an amazing building that needed some love and some restoration. And we have an amazing event hall with a community, room with pool tables and all of that, that, River City Electric now has put, outlets that were not there for us to put, big screen TV so that when you come in and fellowship, you can watch sports and all those kinds of things right here at our civic center. This is gonna be a place, or it is a place for everybody to come and gather and share and get that mentorship, whatever it is that you're looking for. You should be able to come here at the Chattanooga Civic Center at Mountainside and find it, whether it's someone to be a big brother to you or a big sister to you, a mentor to you, whether it's homework assistance that you need, whether it's an event that you're trying to put on, whether it's a computer that you need to have access to with the internet, whether you need to go shopping in the thrift store and get you some stuff, 'cause we got some brand new stuff in there, you all, that's dirt cheap. I'm talking about from clothes, to shoes, to furniture, to pictures on the wall, accessories, everything you can think of, medical equipment. There are things there that you just won't believe. And we want you all to come next Saturday as we have the, uh, the thrift store open for you to shop. We're gonna be in there selling stuff left and right, so don't spend all your money. Save a few dollars for the thrift store, the Mama Lou's thrift store here at the Chattanooga Civic Center in Mountainside, the former or the historic Pineywood Elementary School, located directly across from Emma Willer Homes, and we are gonna be here waiting for you. Cannot wait to see you all. It's gonna be a fabulous day. Don't miss it. And, today is Saturday. That means tomorrow is Sunday. It's a church day. We want all of you to find a church, to find the fellowship with. And now, because everything is virtual, you don't have to necessarily get in your car and drive to church, although we encourage you to do that. But you can, attend church from your bed, from your living room couch, but if you don't have a church home, you're always invited to come to Greater Emmanuel Apostolic Church, where Pastor Paul Warfield Jr. is our pastor, and we're located at 400 Tunnel Boulevard in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we can't wait to see you. We have an amazing team of people there. And you know how the apostolic people do it. We get down every Sunday. Our pastor is amazing. And I just wanna just say I love my church, and, so please come out and visit us if you don't have a church home, or if you just wanna visit a church, come on and visit us, and we'll be sure to greet you with a lot of love. And so until next Saturday, next Saturday, we're gonna have to be live, aren't we? Because 'Cause we're gonna have this big event going on. We're gonna be live next weekend, y'all. So, tune in, next Saturday for our business networking event. It's gonna be March the 11th from 11:30 to 1:30. I said 2:30 to 1:30. That's 2 hours of fun. Fun, 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 fun. Howard Hudson, Tigers, we are waiting for you all. We have, who is that? Soul Food is gonna be giving out, yeah, the Soul Q gonna be giving out free barbecue while it lasts. This event is sponsored by WPTP 100.1 FM, All Star Bonding, and Soul Food Q. We are excited. We've got some great people lined up already. That's just a few of them. We got tons of people going to be here next weekend. Y'all, you don't want to miss this. This is what it's all about. Come out and see us on next Saturday. Peace out.